Hey, my Chic, Classy, Spicy family. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope the weather is treating you well. It's been bipolar in my area. Earlier in the week, it was really cold. Today, it was in the 70s. Go figure. Well, I wanted to come by and say hello. This was an impromptu video, but it was as a result of a phone call, or actually a text message from a good friend seeking my assistance, which I feel very privileged and honored that she actually thought about me. But before we get started, I want to ask you to make sure that if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below so that you can get notifications of new videos as they come and you don't have to wait and just kind of fumble around to find them. And for all of my current subscribers, I'd like to tell you thank you so very much for your support. But without further ado, let's get into this video. I wanted to talk about what I perceive to be a huge issue among women based on the text message I got from my friend. I'm going to read you her text message so that you can get the full gist of why this video and why it's so important that we have this dialogue. It's on my phone, so give me a second. Let me unlock and pull it up and I will read her message to you. It says, well, I need your help. As you know, probably I've lost a lot of weight, and for some reason I'm struggling to dress. I mean, I used to dress it up. Now I need an intervention. I still buy the shoes, but my clothes are just blah. I go to stores and I get really frustrated. I believe part of my struggle is what I see in the mirror doesn't match what I think I look like. Any ideas or suggestions are welcome. Well, first of all, I have to say when I got this text message from her, I was extremely shocked. Shocked because she is one of the most confident women that I know. She is awesome inside and out. She has a heart of gold. She is so kind. And I've watched her progress over the last, I think it's been about 2 years, where she has been consistently hammering it out, getting to the gym, eating well. She looks fabulous. She looked fabulous before, but now that she's lost the weight because that was her goal, she looks even more fabulous, and it's an excellent accomplishment that she should be proud of and should be able to bask in this accomplishment. So it really hurt me also when I heard it. So what I did was I actually asked her a couple of questions because, again, knowing her, I knew that there was something deeper. So the questions that I asked her were, what do you see in the mirror? What do you think you look like? Did you reach your goal and now feel like, what now? Are you expected to feel something different? Are you comparing your size 8 to someone else's size 8? And her response to me back was, it's probably my perception of being bigger than I actually am. And yes, I feel like I lost the weight, and now what do I want to look like? My response to her was, and therein lies the issue. You had a perception of what you thought you'd look like based on what others look like. There are so many differently sized 8 women, and we are all uniquely beautiful. You have to accept your wonderfully God-given size 8 and love it unconditionally and without comparison to anyone else. You may have thicker thighs or fuller hips or a smaller bust than another. So what? You still achieved an awesome accomplishment of losing weight for you and reaching the desired size you wanted. Your weight loss was for you, and you earned the right to love each crevice, each stretch mark, every blemish, and even those areas that society says aren't perfect. You can't let society dictate how you feel about and love your body. After this conversation via text, she sent me a text message and said, girl, you're going to have me up in here in tears. Well, that is certainly not what I wanted, as long as those tears were tears of joy because she got the message. Here's the thing. We have this nasty habit of, and I'm not going to say nasty, but an ugly habit in society, and probably quite a bit among women, to compare ourselves to others. We've been doing it since we were kids. You know, they have a bigger house, somebody has a bigger car, they've got more crayons, they color outside the lines, they can color better than me, their hair is longer than mine. The list goes on, and you get the hint. Well, unfortunately, we take that into our adulthood, and it really can mess you up. It can cause self-esteem issues, it can cause body images issues, and a lot of those things are because what we've heard society dictate as what's perfect, what's pretty, what's right, what's wrong, doesn't necessarily look like you and I sometimes. For instance, as an African American woman, I have full lips, I have a wide nose, I have wide hips, I have a full butt. Society doesn't necessarily say that's beautiful. Unfortunately, they don't believe that we are all uniquely and wonderfully made and all beautiful. They don't believe that God does not make any junk. But we should, and because we know that all of our differences is what makes this world the beautiful place it is. I would not want to look like someone. Every day I go outside my house and I see somebody that looks exactly like me. Everybody looking like me? Oh my God, I think I look good, don't get me wrong, but come on, that's just a little bit much. We have to accept that our bodies, even if we are a size 8, that there are going to be some taller size 8s, there are going to be some short size 8s, there are going to be some size 8s, as I said to her, that are more voluptuous than the other size 8. There's going to be some pear-shaped size 8s, there are going to be some Coca-Cola bottle size 8s. But at the end of the day, each of those size 8 women are beautiful. So when we look at another person and we compare ourselves, we're doing two things. One, we're degrading ourselves. Second, we're degrading the other person if we're thinking we are better than them. Something that we unfortunately do because that's what our flesh does. Once we get control of our spirit and get control of our heart, then we can start to see that everything is beautiful in its own way if we just look hard enough to see it. And sometimes we don't have to look hard. Just accept the fact that God made no junk, and that includes you and I. Her story isn't much different than my own. I had body images, issues, because I was too thin. I couldn't gain weight. My ex-husband, he told me I was skinny as a rail. He made me feel horrible. I felt like I was an ugly duckling. Then I had people talk about my full lips, so I thought my lips were ugly. I used to walk around like this a lot of times. Then I also had the issue with my teeth because they have yellow stains due to the medicine my mother was given when she was carrying me, tetracycline. And I had those issues to deal with. So I had self-esteem issues and I had body image issues for a long time. My hope is that if you're listening to this, if you know someone who is dealing with it, or if you are dealing with a body image issue or self-esteem issue, please, please, please look in the mirror and tell yourself now that you are beautiful. Every crevice, every inch of your body, everything on you is beautiful. That nose, this particular nose here, I got it from my dad. Why would I turn my nose up? Play on words, but why would I? He's my father. I have something of him. My father is deceased, so when I look in the mirror, I can see my dad's. Yes, I have my mother's lips, and they have a little hem in them when I smile. I have her lips. My mother's still with me, but thank God I have something to remind me of her. No, I'm not in the shape that I would like to be. I need to get rid of some cottage cheese, but Lord knows, I love this body. I love me. And I want every woman, every young girl to feel exactly the same way. Because we should be able to love ourselves. We should not let society tell us that we are not beautiful because we don't meet whatever standard they've dictated. It's not my standard. And believe me, I'm not a 36, 24, 36 like the song Brick House, but trust and believe I'm a winning number 2, just like that, and you are too. So this message is to love you. Every imperfection, which is actually perfection, because again, God makes no mistakes and He makes no junk. If it's freckles, if it's short nubby fingers, whatever it is, love it. Tell yourself how beautiful you are as often as possible. And if you have to, do the Mary Jane. I do. Put a Post-it note up in the bathroom, in the car, wherever you need to put it, but change the way you think about yourself. Secondly, do not compare yourself to anyone else, because you are you. They are them. You're not supposed to be alike. You're not supposed to be alike, other than the fact that you're human, you live, and unfortunately we have to go through the cycle of death. Again, I was totally shocked, but we never know who we're sitting next to, who we're talking to. Sometimes we don't even know if our kids are the ones that we love the most are dealing with those issues, because people don't want to talk about them. So have the tough conversations with yourself and with those that you care about as well. Thanks so much for listening. And again, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone else. And before I leave, my Chic, Classy, Spicy family, I'd like to encourage you to keep it chic, classy, and spicy, and have an awesome day on purpose. Thanks so much, and we will talk soon.